Hi guys, today we are going to do some painting with things that we have around the house. So you're going to gather some coffee grinds or a tea bag or different flavors of tea. So in this last cup I have green tea with goji berries and I've already put some water in it to start getting the tea, and you can see, I guess because of the goji berries in it, the tea is like a reddish purple. The regular tea is going to be brown, and the coffee is going to be brown also. Now last week we talked about rainbows and primary colors, and we learned that mixing the primary colors helps us make the secondary colors. So red and orange red and yellow make orange, red and blue make purple, and yellow and blue make green. And those were all the colors in the rainbow and all the colors in the color wheel. Today we're going to do a monochromatic painting, but by adding water to our coffee and tea, we can create lots of different shades and tints of those colors. Now a shade is the darker version of a color, and a tint is the lighter version of that color. If we were in school, we would add white paint to our color to get the lighter tints, or we would add a little bit of black at a time to get the shade, the darker shades of that color. But since we're not in school and we don't all necessarily have paint at home, we're going to try painting with coffee or tea. So I'm going to try first with my paintbrushes, but just in case you don't have paintbrushes at home, I also took out some Q-tips that you can experiment with too. You can draw a picture of anything you want. I decided to do a picture of an apple on a napkin on a table. So let's give it a shot. So I've got hot water here. If you're going to use hot water, make sure you have a grown-up help you, because I don't want you to get burned if the water should spill. Warm water will work too. Just let the water steep or sit for a few minutes so that you get the color. So let's try the coffee first. I'm gonna first use my paintbrush. I have loose coffee grounds in here from my K-cup machine, because you guys know I love my coffee. And so I'm just gonna swirl it around a little bit and let's give it a shot. I'm just gonna paint. Now some of the coffee grinds come on the paper, and that's okay. Make a nice shade of brown. Alright, now of course if you have tea at home, different flavors of tea, you could try painting this in with different colors. Now I'm going to start off with just the regular coffee. Let's try it with the Q-tip. Let's see how that works. Okay, now with the Q-tip, keep in mind, the base of the Q-tip is made of paper, and the edge of the Q-tip is made with cotton. You cannot scrub hard with it or it will fall apart, but you can try dabbing it or gently brushing it. Let's try over here. It's going to soak up more water than the paintbrush does, so you don't want to scrub too much. Now if I want to make the brown lighter, I might dip the Q-tip in the water first. Alright, and there we got some brown. It smells good too. Alright, now if we want to try the tea, and notice I didn't put too much water in because otherwise the tea will end up real light. Let's try the tea over here. So the tea is a slightly different shade of brown, and if I want more color I could put another tea bag in. Alright, or let it sit longer. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to stick another tea bag in there. because the water's hot. I don't want to stick my fingers in there. And paint over here. Again with the Q-tip. Oh, that's a nice dark brown. I might dab that under the apple here. Of course, if the tea bag isn't too hot, you could try taking the tea bag. Don't let it be too drippy. And just paint right with the tea bag. A little too much, but it gets a nice dark brown. Right? And let's try the green tea with the goji berries. I think we're going to have lovely, lovely red, purple. Oops, I dripped. Lovely, lovely red, purple. Now keep in mind also, just like when we're painting in school, the color is going to change as it dries. So when we paint in school, the color often ends up darker and dries lighter. This is a little more like watercolor paint, where it paints very light, but it will dry darker. So don't get upset or discouraged if it doesn't show up while you're painting. Let it dry for a little bit and come back to it and see how it looks later. Okay, so you guys are going to experiment at home this week with painting coffee or painting with tea. You could draw anything you want and take a picture of what you made and show me by uploading it to the Schoology account. Have fun, take care, and I miss you guys.